Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Good morning, Coon Rapids. Good morning, Minnetonka. Good morning, Oak Grove. And good morning to you. Welcome to the Jason Show, now complete with Jason. It's like new Coke. Please welcome my sidekick sister from another mister and Mary's Macaroons, Employee of the Month, Kendall Mark.
Also known as Coke Zero.
Yeah. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Happy to have you back.
It's great to be back, per usual, and I predict you did a wonderful job. Thank you very much for filling in.
You're very, very welcome.
And thanks to Pierre. I love the Pierre.
Yes.
He's in our sports department, and what I love about him is, despite, fear, because nowadays when you have a job like this, you sometimes edit yourself because you don't want this. Pierre doesn't care.
Nope, doesn't
He
care
gives zero blanks.
Nope, not at all.
He even talks about our forbidden topics: essential oils, kitties, kids, and kid dancers.
Yep.
He probably touched on all of them when I was gone.
Literally couldn't care less.
Couldn't?
And he ate a bunch. He ate a bunch on camera.
Did he eat on camera?
He did.
Oh, and you've been with me long enough to know, our leader, dear leader, she's up in the tower right now on a heap of money, counting them.
1, 3,
Mim
7.
Jong-un. She's up there right now on her wad of money. She hates when TV people eat on camera. So Pierre did that?
He did.
That's
and
fantastic.
At first, I thought he got a message from her because he said someone had messaged him to stop eating. We later found out it was a family member of his.
Oh, because she will do that. That's what's so funny. She'll text the producers, tell him to stop immediately. Okay. But anyway, so I was in Vegas, and I'll have some stories coming up in a little bit. However, can I tell you about the airport?
Please.
First, I want to say, usually I come up here and I jokingly complain about something just to make you laugh. But I also, I love to celebrate when folks do a great job. Really, I do. I want to say, way to go to the crew of Delta's flight from Las Vegas to Minneapolis yesterday, the 3 p.m. flight. I'll find the flight while I'm talking about it.
God.
They were but I want to give them credit, because if any of the Delta bigwigs, flight 754, they're Jason Show watchers. They're watching right now. They were delightful. All 3 of them came back.
Wait, did you say came back as in you weren't in first class? I mean, I'm shocked.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
What do you mean? They came back from the galley to row 5. That's what I meant.
There we go.
The long walk. Anyway, before Sassy Sally interrupted me, 754, they were fantastic. They watched the Jason Show, which I appreciated. And I knew it when I walked on. I knew they were a Minneapolis-based crew because they're just nice. So Delta, you got good people, and we needed good airline stories. We had 2 colleagues had horrible airline experiences on airlines I won't mention. One a colleague literally rode his bike from Tampa to Minneapolis. There was no other way to get back here.
All the mules were even taken.
Little burros. My final thing, we go down to baggage claim because we checked a luggage.
Here
at MSP.
Okay.
So I don't know if you've been to MSP since they've done the remodel, but in baggage claim, when your luggage started coming down, at most airports you hear, "Meh, meh." It's like a scooter backing up. You know what I mean? It's like, "Meh," and then the flashing light, not here. We had to take it a step farther here in Minnesota. When the freaking luggage starts to come down, this is what plays.
Are you joking?
Constantly!
It's loon calls?
The freaking loons are going off. This woman next to me from Jersey, she looked at me and she goes, "What the blank is that?" And she's looking up into the ceiling.
The birds are coming!
she's like feeling like Tippi Hedren, you know, she's like looking up. She looks at me, she goes, what in the Sam hell is that? And I said, they're loons. She goes, what's a loon? And I said, it's our state bird. She looks at me, she goes, why is it telling me my luggage is coming?
Was she impressed you knew the state bird? I mean, do most states know their state bird?
Your luggage is here.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. Little lights come on, the northern lights start. I'm not kidding. I am not hand Oprah. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Roll it. I'm not kidding.
I mean, it's mildly embarrassing. Oh my God.
More proof Howard Stern is one of the best. This is the best celebrity interviewer right now. He had the Red Hot Chili Peppers on yesterday. Hi, Howard, I love you. Fresh off getting their star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Their bassist, Flea. I love Flea. Oh, God, I love. He was so good in Son-in-Law. Anyway, revealed a conversation he had with Stevie Wonder in a Detroit hotel lobby. Look.
Someone called me and said, a road manager or something, said, Stevie Wonder's in the lobby of the hotel. And I was so excited because it's my hero. I love Stevie Wonder, one of my greatest heroes. And I ran down to the lobby to try to say hi to him, thinking maybe he'd talk to me because of the cover and stuff. And he was sitting there, and I walked up to him, and I was like, Stevie, hi, I'm Flea. I play in the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and, you know, I just wanted to say hello. We played played your cover, and, you know, and I love you. And I kind of waited, and I felt awkward, and a minute went by, and I said it again. Well, I just wanted to say hi, I'm Flea, and, you know, anyways, you know, your music means so much to me, and anyways, have a beautiful day. I didn't know what to do. I was just kind of, and I thought, you know, and I kind of, like another minute went by, I got more and more awkward, and he said nothing, ignored me, and I got ready to walk away, and I was kind of walked away, and he goes, are you one of the members? And I was like, yeah, I'm the bass player, and I kind of thought he was that kind of gauging to see if I was full of or not, you know. He was like, oh, okay. Hi, would you guys play my fundraiser next month for the or something? I can't remember. And I was like, you know, however we could be of service, you know, Stevie.
The legend. So the band has a new album out called Unlimited Love. They're also in talks to replace Yeezy as, is it Ye now?
Kanye.
Kanye. As the headlining band at No, he changed his name.
I know to Ye, but Yeezy is someone else.
Oh, okay.
Right?
As the headlining band, I'm sorry, I'm still in Vegas. They're going to maybe be the headlining band at Coachella. The Weeknd is also under construction.
So is Jason.
Is Pierre here? Can we just bring him back in? I think I need one more day.
Just one more.
This is such a good interview, and I don't know if it was Flea or another member that talked about the insecurity that came with being in the... Was it Flea, Jeff?
I think it was the guitar player.
The guitar player. Talked about how he had such a hard time dealing with fame that he processed it so differently that in the height of their fame, he wouldn't even take people asking for autographs as a compliment. He actually he was bothered by it because it was, you know, it's a level, those guys in the 90s had a level of fame you can't wrap your head around. I mean, they were giant. And it's interesting to see how people manage that type of fame, that level of fame.
Right, and to continue and continue and continue on. They're still huge.
Yep. Speaking of big stars, but this time in the medium of television, well, and movies too. Gillian Anderson most recently starred in The Crown as Margaret Thatcher, but she became a star thanks to her role as an FBI agent on the X-Files, right here on the FOX for a bazillion years. Well, in a new interview, she revealed what it would take to get her to do an X-Files reboot. She told Variety the atmosphere around the set was very sexist. She says she was expected to walk behind David Duchovny when their characters were walking up to investigate. Well, that's disgusting. This was in the 90s and this crap was still going on. Anyway, she says in order to even think about coming back, there would need to be a whole new set of writers, and the baton would need to be handed on for it to feel new and progressive. Yeah.
I wonder, I didn't watch the X-Files while they were airing, but I'm curious if that was something people even noticed. You know what I mean? How now you would start to notice those things. You'd be like, why is she always behind him? Why is she never first? You know, you'd get that when they're supposed to be equals. I wonder if we even noticed it back then.
I guess it's my growing up in the era that I did. I had, I guess, a different view than I thought we had taken care of part of that. But no. Now, in the 70s, you know, like Barbara Walters, when she was co-anchoring ABC World News with Harry Reasoner, Harry had to read like 3 stories before Barbara could read 1. Brian Gumbel had that with Katie Couric. Brian always had to do the main story. Yeah. It's
just so weird to me. And I am lucky that I'm married to someone who's not like that. I work with people who are not like that. But it's just crazy that that's so recent.
I've had people that I've worked with like that.
It wasn't me.
Wasn't you. He shouldn't read that story. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this. Back in a moment. The hot dish isn't done. Coming up next, TikTok trouble for Madonna. Madge has folks worried, worried after a recent TikTok. The back and forth still ahead. Then Minnesota's own HGTV superstars, Brad and Heather Fox, are back in studio with us.
Like, look at this terracotta color. This is so beautiful.
With the design trends you need to look out for this spring. And are you lost with wine terms like, you know, earthy, floral? Leslie Miller is taking us all to Wine Term Academy. That and more when we come back. Kendall, your luggage is ready.
Oh, thank God. It's a beautiful town.
Only in Minnesota.
Seriously.
Welcome back. People in Seattle watching us like, really? Idris Elba was on Kimmel last night talking, well, you'll see. And that, my friends, is our late night rewind.
You were, of course, People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive a few years back. You never really relinquished an honor like that.
No, thank you. Yeah, it stays with me.
I wonder if it's possible to make you unsexy. Would you be willing to be part of an experiment, an idea that I have?
You could try.
All right. Bring in the unsexy crew. Come on in.
Okay. All right. Come on, you'll never take me down.
Now this...
I'll be sexy forever.
We've gone to great lengths to make you as unsexy as possible, Idris.
You can try.
And now,
okay,
their work is done.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, People's unsexiest man for 2022, Idris Elba.
That is great. But you know what's funny? He's still attractive. He's still attractive.
You're like, you just need a haircut.
Just a little bit. Tuck the shirt in a little bit. Different type of fanny pack, maybe.
I love the green sweater. It reminds me of this one my grandma Mary used to wear all the time.
There were a lot of kids in Vegas.
I'm sorry. Left, right.
There were a lot of children. There were thousands of children.
What does that have to do with Idris Elba?
I don't know. I was just thinking about that, and if I had little kids, I wouldn't think, you know, Papa, may I go to Vegas? I wouldn't think the kids would want to go to Vegas.
I don't know. There's a lot of pools and concerts and food.
But you know, with a kid, a pool is a pool is a pool. Take them to Owatonna. They won't know any difference.
So true.
You know?
So true.
Kids don't know. They don't care. They just want a pool.
Yeah, we always went to the Super 8 for my birthday because it was in January and it was right next to the training school. So one time we were there and one of the training kids got out and so we had to evacuate the pool. You know, like where the naughty kids go? You know what I mean? No?
No. More dish for you. Madonna, are you okay? That's the question some fans are asking after a bizarre video that she posted on TikTok. Watch. Okay, Leo's gonna play this for forever. Well, that's Madonna. Many fans say they were a little creeped out, kind of shocked by her appearance. Some wonder if it was a filter. Whatever it was, the video was deleted. I'm not gonna face shame her, because, you know, we all have both. I just don't get what she was trying to do. You know? Like, what's the point of it? And I guess there's really not a point to many TikToks. You dance or, you know, you play with a monkey or something. But, I mean, I don't get what she was trying to do.
Maybe she was looking for, like, a mole on her nose or something.
I love that you're looking at the positive. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
It makes me sad, because just like with other, she's a punchline to younger kid, you know, to the youngins. And, like, I just miss iconic Madonna, you know? Cone boobs, like a prayer.
Like a prayer.
Rolling
like a
around on the floor and freaking out adults, you know. Vogue. I miss all of it, even Frozen, you know. I miss.
What was the one from like 10 years ago, was it? You and I both really liked the album that she put out 10 or 15 years ago.
Oh, I don't remember.
Oh, it was really good.
Oh, yeah, it was her most. Yeah.
Most recent one. Even that was fantastic.
Yeah, that one had a couple good hits, because I haven't liked a lot of her latter CDs, but that one was pretty good that we can't think of. Next in the dish. That's it. Next in the dish. That wasn't it, actually. Selena Gomez has been on a mental health journey, and she thinks she's figured out the tools that work for her. She told GMA something that may be hard to believe. Look.
One of the other things you've talked about in the past is taking a scrolling break.
Yeah.
You literally stepped away from Instagram.
I haven't been on the internet in 4.5 years.
What does that do to detox your life?
It has changed my life completely. I am happier. I am more present. I connect more with people. It makes me feel normal.
Bravo to her. Selena has more than 300 million followers she launched a new multimedia company as well, focused on mental health. I like all that. Look, I think for average folks, it's a little hard to stay off the internet. A lot of our jobs depend on it. We certainly can't.
Right.
I will say, you know, I try to limit the time on social media. You know, like 4 years ago, I stopped reading a lot of messages, and just because you don't need all of that up in there. You know, you don't need a lot of comments in there.
No, I agree. I really totally stopped using Facebook about 4 or 5 years ago. And then on Instagram, I make jokes about it, but I feel bad, but I just don't check my DMs. I just can't. It's just healthier for me to stay away from it.
But if you want to follow us, Jason Matheson and Kendall Mark.
Comment on the photo and make it fun.
Seriously, I mean, I don't mean to. I am 1,000 away from 40,000 people. So if you could follow me, that would be, if I could get 1,000 people right now.
Just right now.
What are you going to do?
What am I going to do at 40,000?
Yeah, do you have a thing?
Nobody wants to see this shirtless.
You
Jeff
think
just said
on
shirtless.
that.
No, I'll think of something. If I can get 1,000 people on Instagram to follow me, I'll do something. I'll do something crazy.
Okay, we'll brainstorm.
Yeah. I'll be nice to kids for a week or something. There were just a lot of kids, though, in Vegas. Like at 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock at night. I wasn't even up till then.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, that is interesting. They like rolling the dice, like playing crabs.
No, but they were just out. I'm like, you know, papa. Next in the dish. You guys chatted about this yesterday, but I'm a big Marilyn Monroe fan, so I just wanted to touch on this quick. Netflix dropped the trailer for a new documentary about her mysterious death. It's going to reveal never-before-heard tapes from her final weeks and promises to offer a new perspective on her death. It comes out later this month. Yeah, it's a weird, I don't talk about it a lot. I mean, people know me for loving Dallas and Knots Landing and Oprah and all that, and Star Wars, but when I was a kid, when I was in junior high and in high school, I had a Marilyn Monroe collection. I actually sold it to buy a television, but I did sell it right after college. But I loved her, and my theory has always been it was absolutely, without a doubt, mob connected. Absolutely, absolutely. She knew way too much, and she was, and at times, unstable is an unkind word because she was dealing with mental health issues before we called them mental health issues.
Right.
But she was she was a liability to a lot of important people. She was a big liability. And back then, people didn't care. You know, the mob ruled all. So no one can convince me different.
Do you think that will come out more in this, or are you like, they probably won't touch it?
These documentaries always promise like a smoking gun, and you barely get a little poof. You know what I mean? This isn't going to tell me anything I don't already know. But I'm still going to watch.
Duh.
Just saying. Next up, I just got back from a long weekend, as I said, in Las Vegas, and one of the highlights while I was there was visiting the House of Gaga at Park MGM. I took this picture. Now, selfishly, I took it for this is one of her costumes. I took this picture for our producer. I reference him from time to time. I call him Baby Bjorn, Baby BB. Bjorn is the biggest Gaga fan you'll ever meet. So I took this picture and I told him that I was bringing this back to for our set. So I was just going to hang it up in the newsroom. But this is at Park MGM because that's where she performs. It's one of the great things that I wanted to share with you about Vegas. And get a pen and paper right now. I'm going to give you a hot tip. I'm turning into Stephanie Hansen now, or I'm turning into Leslie Miller. Are you ready?
Yes.
Drinks in Vegas are incredibly expensive.
Outrageous.
Outrageous. I once got a vodka soda about this big for $60, and that is not a joke.
You were joking me?
No, it was from Caesars. I was in the pool, and Colin and I, we got this, and I had a vodka soda, and it was $60 a piece. And I had 2 of those, and that's when I bought VIP tickets to see Donnie and Marie, and I didn't know that I did.
That was that day.
But just saying,
it fun.
Ended up to be a great night. But Marie had to leave. She couldn't do the meet and greet because she had to film a Hallmark movie. But anyway, I'm not bitter about that 8 years later. But anyway, I have the best drink deal on the Strip, period. Write this down. Ocean One. Ocean One.
Ocean One.
It's a restaurant in the Planet Hollywood Miracle Mile shops. And they have 3-for-1s for $10.
Stop it.
$10.
All day?
All day, whenever you go there. There's always a line because their food is cheap too. And I've mentioned this before, but here's the new thing I learned. You can do takeout. There's go to the bar, don't go to the host stand. Forget the host. You go right to the bar, there's a little space for takeout. You walk up, you go, hi, I would like the 3-for-1 vodka soda. And what they do is they give you a triple for $10, and you're set for maybe like 3 hours. Yeah.
That's a great deal anywhere.
It's the cheapest deal on the Strip.
Wow.
And I love telling people about it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Is it just, I'm assuming it's just whatever vodka or whiskey they have?
Nope. It's whatever you ask for.
Stop.
I'm dead serious. Why would I lie about vodka?
And Oprah.
Why would I fib about Kettle One? No, you need Grey Goose, Kettle One, whatever you want.
That is massive.
So just a little money-saving tip from your old pal Jason. And my second one is what I say every time. You want good pizza? Go to Secret Pizza on the 3rd floor of the Cosmopolitan Hotel. 3rd floor. Write that down, Kendall.
Secret Pizza, 3rd floor, Cosmo, go.
It's not marked. It's between 2 restaurants, and it's a hallway lined with album covers, and you walk down the hallway, and you're inside a secret pizza restaurant, and they have amazing New York-style pizza.
Why do they keep it a secret?
So idiots like me will talk about it.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it's a great promotional thing. Anyway, so Secret Pizza in the Cosmopolitan and Ocean One. There we go. I got your pizza and I got your beverages. And your luggage is ready. We'll be right back. Back in a moment. Welcome back. I feel very cozy holding this pillow. I think I should have a pillow more often. Welcome back. It's the spring housing season when it comes to the latest trends and styles. There's only one couple we turn to. Please welcome back to the show, on set, Brad and Heather Fox from Fox Homes and Foxwell and Edina. Welcome back, guys.
We're here in person.
No more
It
Zoom.
feels good.
No more Zoom delay.
Face
to face.
I
How you guys
love
doing?
it. I like you holding this pillow.
Thank
by
you,
the
I do
way.
too.
That is really nice.
Fun fact, my family calls it a whoopee. I always like to have, like when I'm snuggling up, I have a blanket or a coat or something. Yeah.
There you go. I like
This
it.
is perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk. We have some props here.
We
We're
do.
gonna go through. Brad's basically gonna do nothing in this segment. Now he'll be busy in the next one, but right now, let's talk about plants and greenery. Still hot.
Still hot. It's crazy. You know, everybody said like, oh, this new plant thing is a trend. It's not. It's here to stay. It's kind of like the instant way to just like make your space feel a little bit more springy. And the fun thing is now you can have that plant, but then you can totally update it, change the look by changing your pot, right? So you can have a whatever color you're kind of going for. If you want to add a little bit of blush, a little bit of green, whatever it happens to be, you can add a little bit of color with that pot or texture.
I thought, I didn't know if it was going to be a long-term trend, but when the 20-somethings still love, like I have people in my galaxy that are in their 20s or 30s. That's what they spend their disposable income on, plants.
I know, they call them plant parents. Right? Like it's like their babies.
That wasn't for us. I mean, we're about the same. I mean, I'm a little older.
No.
It wasn't a big deal for us.
No,
we weren't plant people.
In fact, that was like what your grandma did, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And now it's like, I mean, we have a ton of plants. It's it just adds so much life to your space.
Texture.
Texture is huge this season. So just about everything you see has this ribbing, like on this vase and on this candle. Everywhere. You're going to see that in cabinetry. You're going to see it in candles and vases. I mean, really everything, even pillows. As you
like
noticed.
this.
Yeah.
Well, and here's a great example behind her. This used to be this was from Target a couple seasons ago.
Yeah.
This the clean lines and just the blank, the smooth surface. That's out.
Yeah.
As I hit that. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. So texture in everything.
Texture in everything.
You said in cabinets? How?
Cabinets. So inside, like door frames, there's like reeded cabinets. We're doing a lot of caning. Really cool textures. It's crazy. There's so many options. Screen walls. Yeah.
Okay, but can I ask you something with that? Okay. With the cabinets, because they're a permanent, you know what I'm going to ask, they're a permanent fixture. How trendy should you really go?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like a few years ago, trends, you know, we talked about trends in such a way like they were going to come and go. I think now we're really seeing things it's kind of like do what you love. Like it's less trends, right? If you really love it and you feel confident that it's going to be something you love longer term, go for it.
Okay. You briefly mentioned this, but let's every season, every couple years are big colors.
Yeah.
What's hot right now?
Okay, crazy. It's amazing how many pastels are out there, right? Like we've been seeing blush for years now. That is going to stay. It's not going to go away. In fact, it's almost become like a neutral where it's in decor, on walls, kind of all over the place. But now we're starting to see these pretty greens like this. A lot of purple, and I'm sorry I don't have any lavender up here, but that's the color of the year. Lavender, and
well, our set has
everywhere.
a lot of purple everywhere.
Yes,
so
yeah. So in decor, in even in like paint on walls and cabinetry backsplashes, we are currently doing with the client a purple backsplash, like a light lavender. It's going to be incredible. I'll send you pics when it's done.
Yeah. Okay, now are the pastels, because again, age reference, I remember when pastels were hot, Miami Vice forward because of Miami. Is it the same kind of pastels as the 80s?
I mean, kind of, just done in a different way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not the Miami Vice.
And I think that's why for me too, it's like, you know, I used to be young and hip and now I'm getting old, still trying to stay semi-hip, but it's funny to see these like trends that we had when we were kids now come back, like the clothing too, the 90s clothing. I'm like, I wore all of that. And I feel like I don't know if I should do it again. I don't know. But
somebody said, if you do it once, don't do it again. I heard that, but I don't know if that. Okay, let's talk about remodeling trends. You mentioned this, other than ribbing and cabinetry, what else are you seeing in cabinetry?
So a lot of caning.
Okay. What's caning?
It's like the, it's almost like a boho texture.
Okay.
I don't know how,
feel.
Thank you.
Yeah,
like
a lot of
rattan, a lot of
wood. Every new builder now is doing wood. Everything was white and grays. Now it's all wood.
Really? It's back?
It's back.
Does it matter? Okay, because does it matter what kind of wood? Because you know, in like it does.
Kind of, yes. But you know, for a while, everything was like that honey oak color in the 90s.
Oh, God. Every house in the 90s had the honey oak.
Everything.
Yeah.
We're seeing oak come back, but just kind of in a lighter way. A lot of really dark oak too, but the honey oak, I would say that's kind of gone.
But like a white oak, like a real natural light. You know, and I think that helps with the trend, because if you're going with like wood and steel and natural elements, those are a little less trendy, right? Because they come and go, but you're safer with wood cabinets because eventually, you know, although those early 2000s dark cherry cabinets maybe aren't aging well.
Oh, I was just gonna. In your opinion of things that is dark cherry probably on the top as far as cabinets aging wise?
Yeah, I would say what the hard part is that they made all of these other woods try to look like cherry, which then they just ended up kind of looking like really dark red.
Yeah.
You know, when you take like a maple and put a cherry stain, it just looks like a red cabinet. I have bad memories of all of those from the early.
You sold a lot of houses with the dark cherry.
What is these? If somebody's watching now, I know it's depending on taste and style and budget, but if someone's sitting with a dark cherry cabinet right now, what's the easiest thing and economical thing for them to do with that?
Paint it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, paint it. Yep. I would say don't try to do it yourself unless you have experience painting.
Okay.
I think that it's better to hire that out, but paint will change it all.
Yep.
And don't be afraid, because I know people, because they treat wood as sacred, and it is, but sometimes it's like, okay, it's okay to paint if it's ugly wood.
But we're also not talking about like rich, woodwork in a house that's 100 years old and historic. We're not talking about that. We're talking about 2000s production home, fine, easily painted. In my opinion.
Don't have wood guilt.
Yeah.
More with Brad and Heather when we come back. Back in a moment. Wood guilt. Welcome back. We're here with Brad and Heather Fox from Fox Home. Okay, before we get to real estate, because that's a hot topic for a variety of reasons. One more thing, Ted, let's put up some pictures. You mentioned backsplashes earlier.
Yeah.
Talk to us about these photos. What are some trends here?
Yeah, okay, so talking about how trends are kind of a thing of the past a little bit. People are just really doing what they love, right? Like, of course you're still seeing it, but it's like, whatever you love, do it. This is an example of that, right? It's not for everyone, a rainbow backsplash, but I'll tell you what, this has gotten more comments and love than anything else we've done because it's so unique.
Oh yeah.
And you know what? Oh, that's gorgeous.
Yeah, so just having a little bit of color, pattern, these curves, I would say that is something that is kind of trending right now too, all of these curves over doorways and in walkways, lots of within cabinetry too.
Is that wallpaper, Heather, or what is that?
It's wallpaper, yeah.
I have a friend who added just a touch. She had a little wall like that with wallpaper. And is wallpaper back, by the way?
Wallpaper is back, yes.
Really?
And it is here, I think, for the long haul. I mean, it is a bazillion options now. Here's another option or example of a curve. This was an old closet, and we chose to put a little bar in there and just.
That was a closet?
It was, yeah. So just curved
doors.
the top, took the doors off, and created a fun little space.
That is awesome, guys.
Isn't that fun?
I love that. So anything goes with backsplashes. Let's move to real estate. It's hard to buy a house. I don't need to tell you that.
Well, see you later.
Yeah, see, that's the end of the segment. Give it up for Brad and Heather Fox, everybody. Yeah.
Yep, it's tricky.
Let's go over some things that hopefully can be patient.
Yes.
Be patient. I think but I'd say almost like be prepared first is almost more important though.
Okay. What do you mean by that?
Okay. So if you're more prepared, hopefully you can be more effective, right? So definitely be patient because you're going to lose some houses. But I would like to try to get buyers to be able to not lose so many houses because we say in the office like, oh, I lost this one for this new buyer. I'm like, oh, we got to shave off a few before, but like, well, let's try to get around that. Let's not try to miss 8 houses before we finally get one. Being on the prepared side, the lending side is key. Like you've got to be ready to go into battle when you go into that open house or you go into that showing. You have to know exactly what you can spend. It's probably above list. You're probably going to relinquish your inspection. So let's prepare for that and be smart about that. You're probably going to have to go, when you go above list, you're probably going to have to cover that difference for the appraisal. So say it appraises at list price, but you made an offer that's $50,000 higher. You're going to maybe have to back that up or back up a portion of that.
And you said also in the list that you gave the producers, and I know this seems obvious, but have a good team behind you. Right. Specifically, what do you mean?
I think that's the key is a really good lender that's ready to go, that will pick up the phone when that listing agent calls to verify that the buyer is ready to go. That's key. So you've got to have a really engaged lender. You've got to have an agent that knows how to write these offers in a really crafted way because it's really tricky right now. You got to get really creative. And you've got to be able to like I said, we're going to maybe get rid of that inspection. So maybe having an agent that understands houses, not that they're going to be able to do an inspection in 20 minutes in the house, but you know, for our company, we've got a bunch of agents, and then they got, you know, I come out to a lot of houses and check things out, or try to get an inspector maybe that'll come meet you there for half an hour and just get some sort of eyes on it. It's interesting out there for sure.
And I love what the producers wrote on here as far as, I know this seems like duh or not important in a business aspect, but you wrote, make sure you like the people you're dealing with because you're going to be with them a lot. And I was thinking about my mother when she bought her townhouse. She was with an agent that just was so kind to her and drove her around, and now they're friends. They would go to Dairy Queen together. I mean, you know, that's important.
Well, absolutely. The way we say it is we don't sell. We're not selling, we're helping, right? It should be that relationship. The agent should be there to help you go through this crazy journey of buying a home right now. So definitely find an agent that you're going to want to spend time with, because you're going to literally be in the trenches with them, and you're going to highs and lows, and
it's an emotional thing too, you know. So it's the amount of people we've had like cry in front of us and fight in front of us, and we get like I think anybody who's in this industry gets it. It's so much money. It's your life, right? It's where you live and where your family is. And
so the patience is key, because you got to just be ready to
pack your patience, people. Brad and Heather, for more information, go to foxhomes.com. And don't forget, visit their store. Y'all go, especially if you're watching us from other cities, when you come here, visit their store, thefoxwell.com, for more. We're going to take a break. Leslie Miller, when we come back, from houses to wine. So she'll tell you what wine to put in the house. Thank you, guys. Welcome back. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Excuse me.
I was going to say, can I read your intro? It's a common problem. Your friend recommends a wine because it's earthy with a hint of floral. But what does that mean? Here to break down some crazy wine buzzwords. Do you want to just keep stepping in the shot there, Leslie?
Sorry.
The wine diva, Leslie Miller. Okay, can I please tell the audience what I've been laughing at all hour?
Yes.
So you guys can't see, maybe Gert can get a shot of our studio doors are completely black. The sound panels, that whole wall is completely black. And Leslie was prepping this beautiful arrangement over there against the wall. And as you can see, she's wearing all black, but yet she has a peekaboo, like a shoulder. I came back from behind the set, I thought you were naked. I thought, oh my goodness, because I have to change in here now. And I thought, they're making the guests change in here?
I'm changing in here. I was naked as I was getting ready. I was actually just going to hold up one of those really beautiful pillows and then just do this segment from one
I think that's fantastic. Okay, let's go through some here. Earthy. What does it mean?
I love how you said earthy.
Earthy.
Earthy. So, you know, earthy is that term where we're really getting a lot of notes that come from the actual ground where the grape is actually planted.
Okay.
So, for instance, let's try on this really beautiful little Chocolina. Grapes
Chocolina?
Chocolina.
I like saying that.
Yes. So grapes like Sauvignon Blanc, Pinot Grigio, they have notes of acid to them, lemon, lime. But this is also really salty, and it has that sort of that term that people throw around a lot, which is minerality. You get a little bit of this chalky, salty note to it overall, which the salt actually comes from the seaboard. It swoops in and sits on the grapes, and it transforms literally across the palate.
It's funny, all jokes aside, I wouldn't recognize it, but then as you're describing it, maybe it's just my mind, but I taste it. I do pull out the notes that you're describing.
So when you're thinking about pairing, you could pair that to something like oysters that are nice and salty, right? Which would be really fun.
That would be good with some East Coasters.
East Coasters. There's also this whole fruit category where people think that a lot of these things are made up, but they are the same exact compounds that you would find in lemons, limes, apples, pears, red fruit, black fruit that are in the actual grape themselves.
Okay.
So we're actually going to try a little, it's a blend of 3 grapes, Chenin Blanc Viognier, and then there's also a little Grenache Blanc. So the notes across the nose are very apple pear, same compound that's found in apples and pears. And then there's this really beautiful kind of floral note. So I have some little white flowers here. This little white floral note that has.
I didn't mean to stick my head in your hand there. But I thought that's what you wanted me to do. But
So
okay.
Viognier has a white flower note that is, again, the same compound that you would find in really pretty white florals.
Because when someone says florally,
Yeah.
it
sounds weird.
That's not something that I would probably like, but
Right.
that's good. That's good.
And it sounds actually kind of snotty sometimes,
it does.
right? Okay, so Pinot Noir is one. So try this little Pinot. This is actually from Burgundy, France.
Okay, so what term is this supposed to be? Is spicy? Is this minerally? Is this?
So a lot of times you get mushroom notes. You also get potting soil notes.
Oh, it's like Dale K wine.
Yeah, yes, exactly. So that potting soil, or they talk about black earth, you really get some of those aromatics. They also talk about forest floor. The French call it sous-bois, basically the undergrowth of forest that you get a lot in the nose of Old World Pinot Noir.
Is this because you have a word on here that I've never, vegetal?
Yeah, so vegetal is interesting because vegetal.
But that's not this.
Not this, right?
This is not vegetal.
No, not vegetal.
This is supposed. So this is like a minerally earthy.
Yeah, minerally earthy.
Look at that. I got it.
Sous-bois, forest floor, and then we tie in things like cherry, raspberry, strawberry that are associated with the actual grape.
Okay.
Now we're gonna hold down the floral, earthy tones kind of here all at once with the grape Nebbiolo.
Okay.
This grows in northwestern Italy, and here you get notes of dried rose petals, violets, and then you get, we always talk about Nebbiolo having a note of asphalt, literally like parking lot. It's very like tar.
I'm drinking a parking lot right now.
So when you give that wine a big swirl, there is that note that comes across that is really associated with the dirt in the area of which this grape is grown.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I get it more smell than I do taste.
Right, exactly.
Oh, the smell is like a 80s jungle gym.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So the tar note that kind of comes in that black earth. And now we go to vegetal, but we're also going to talk about barrel notes. So this is the grape Carmenere, and there's just a couple of grapes out there that carry this compound called pyrazine. It's the exact same compound that you would find in the pepper family.
If you wouldn't have just said that, it wafted. Like as you were handing this to me, this smells like green beans.
Huge peppers.
Yeah. Now I know what you mean by vegetal.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah. So this like spice component, this pyrazine compound is found in Cabernet, Cab Franc, and then a
Kendall,
grape like
come here and smell
Carmenere.
this. Come here.
Very spicy across the nose.
Okay.
Also, black pepper, which is associated with the grape Syrah. So this compound, this rotundant spice, is hello.
Just smell that. We have to go, but smell that. Doesn't that right away, out of all of them, that was the one that it struck me. That is all about vegetal.
Vegetal.
I didn't even know what that meant before this segment.
Do I get to actually try some of the Leslie Miller?
No.
These little guys here, vanilla, smoke, barrel, also graham, those are notes that actually come from the barrel when you put wine into a barrel. So those are notes that you would recognize in wine as well. Somebody saying this is very vanillin or smoky, those come from the barrel itself.
I love we always tell them, this has been fascinating. I love this. This is I love it. And I loved all the wines. Except for the veggie one. For more information, head to amusewine.com. Cheers, everybody. We'll be right back right after this. Wow, that one, it just wafted over. Just smell that. That was so interesting.
It was. And delicious.
And delicious, yeah. It's time to meet today's JVIP. Today it's Curtis Clewer. Hi, Curtis. He says he loves the whole Jason Show crew because we blend well with each other and make ourselves laugh, or snort in Kendall's case. Well, Curtis, thank you so much, my friend. You're going to get a Jason Show mug, and he's entered to win the monthly grand prize. That includes coming to the studio to watch the show, a $150 accessories gift card to Becker Furniture World, and a $200 gift card from Wood House Spa. We appreciate all of you. By the way, our next monthly winner will join us in studio this Friday. People, slowly but surely coming back to normal. We'll be right back. Back in a moment. Welcome back, my friends. Tomorrow, Stephanie Hansen is back. She's in the Easter mood, showing us how to use marshmallow peeps in desserts and drinks.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm not a peep kind of guy.
Peep, no.
Peep, yes. That's going to do it for us right now, though. If you're watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, you go out there and be yourself, because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye-bye.